Yo, what's poppin', y'all? It's your boy AJ.
Your boy Nick.
This is Hip Hop Vibes, the podcast. And I got you, bro.
He's excited. We got an excited guest.
I thought I was one of the hosts, man.
No. There's a hierarchy here. You down here, man.
Picture going up there.
It's the reason you're at the bottom, so I'm fucking. But nah, this is another episode of Hip Hop Vibes. We got another guest for y'all this week. Introduce yourself, homie.
Alex. What up?
Bet that's a quick. I think that's a quick picture we have.
To the point.
In his glass. That's not like
I'm Alex.
My bad.
And I like good, sports, bro. And that's it. But nah, so we're gonna go straight into the main topic. If you've been hit with the hip hop news, Billboard collaborated with Vibe magazine to make the top 50 greatest hip hop artists of all time. And there's been a lot of talk about that, and we're here to talk about that shit too. So without further ado, let's bring up the list.
Oh, you got it.
I got it. Yeah. Hopefully y'all can see it.
Yeah, we can see 17 through 50.
Yeah. I'm gonna scroll up once we get to that point.
Okay.
Now I will say personally, I'm not mad at the list overall. The order, it's like I was switching people around and maybe sub some people out, but for the most part, I'm not mad at the list. But
oh my god,
what you guys think?
I didn't know Future was on the list.
He popped out for me too. So I said the same thing. So let me say my shit. So I felt like I think I feel similar to you, AJ. Like the list, it's a quality list. Like it pulls from all generations. That's one thing I really liked about it. They've got people from the 80s, the 90s, 2010s, 2000s. They got everybody included. Yeah. But I do think. I mean, and it's hard to compare. Just like it's hard to compare, like sports figures from different generations. Like I mean, it's hard to do it with rappers too. But I do think at some points, it's just like the order is just not right for me. Mm-hmm. That's my thing. Same thing. Right.
What's about you, Alex?
Man, when I think about Gucci Mane, I think about that interview with Lil Wayne.
Oh, he said Gucci who? Gucci who?
Oh, Gucci Mane was Eminem on that?
But he ain't hate though. He ain't hate one thing. He was like, "Shout out my nigga
Gucci."
He's new with that.
Yeah. Wait, Eminem?
Yeah.
Who else is on the list? Gucci Mane?
Gucci who? But I wasn't mad at the list. When I first looked at it, like I only had like two names that popped out that wasn't on there, but I understood one of them why they weren't on there, but the other one I did not understand why he wasn't on there. But my biggest Lupe, like that makes no sense. But Big L, I understand because he had a short career. He didn't have longevity. Not a lot of people knew him, but it takes 1 second to go to YouTube and just let it ride, and you can see him get busy. No, I have one more. Big Pun. Is he?
He's on the list.
He's on the list.
Okay.
He's number 26.
Okay. Yeah, Big Pun always got. All right, that was well, they at least got Big Pun. So
that's how I felt like. If Big Pun's up there, I feel the Big L should be.
I'm happy.
Well. Yeah, I'm happy Big Pun's up there though, because that nigga's the beast. He's definitely a beast.
But it's more so the order of the list, like who's in that top 5, top 10 category. That was the biggest slight that I felt like they did the rappers.
Rich, we can go up to the top 10.
Oh, see, I like that part.
I'm not mad.
Yeah, no, me, yeah.
So you got
most
Jay-Z.
of my top 5s in there, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, same. So you got Jay-Z at number 1.
Yep.
Kendrick number 2. Nas number 3. Pac number 4. Number 5. You got Biggie number 6. Lil Wayne number 7. Of course, they put Drake at number 8.
He said, "Of course they put Drake."
Like right after Lil Wayne. You got Snoop at number 9, and then you got Nicki Minaj at number 10.
You're shaking your head right there. What's up?
Yeah. My biggest gripe was Nicki.
I agree with that. I feel that. Yeah,
I like
I see why they did it, but
I eliminate the whole female rapper thing because she's up there with the female rappers. She gets busy, but then when you get into the arena of all rappers and say you top 10, like that's a hard one, man. Like Redman, like back in the day, 3 Stack. Like nobody would say Nicki is a better rapper than 3 Stack.
right.
Yeah. It sounds like yeah. Go ahead.
Like I'll give Nicki top 20 at least. I'll give her top 20.
I think Alex. So I think from what you're saying, I think you're really judging it from like a lyrics and technical ability standpoint. Is that's more where you're coming from with it? Am I right? Okay.
Yeah.
No, I feel that. But
I asked that because sorry, AJ, but I asked that because this is made by Billboard magazine, so you know, in part by Billboard, and so you know they're thinking about the sales of the money. I mean, she is one of the top selling. It's crazy how much music she sold. I can't even believe how much music. Like it's like 150 million records or some shit. She's like she's close to Rihanna. Like it's like it's really crazy, and I think that had a lot to do with it. To be honest,
from that aspect, that's why I say I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, that's why. But.
Yeah, and I she totally deserved to be on this list, absolutely. But it's just when I go down and I see where 50 Cent is, and I'm just like, 50 Cent sold a lot of records,
right.
And he got busy from Wanksta up until the Massacre, so it's like he got bars, he got stardom, he got fame, he got sales, and I don't know. So
even Kanye, like she's ahead of Kanye. I'm like, I mean,
I
said what I said about Billboard, but my opinion, I'm with you. I don't think she should be in the top 10. I don't. Yeah. And the fact she's ahead of Kanye, even 50, is like that's a little crazy to me. When you consider, as you said, the sales with their ability, everything. It's just like it's a tough one to swallow.
And she's one above Kanye, and like. I guess people give Kanye that slight because he had writers, but even still, Kanye got busy. Like even if he had help, early Kanye, and then killing y'all cats off this lyrical shit, mayonnaise killer biz. I push back, but even still, like even if he had help, his stories alone helped his writing ability, like the stuff he experienced. So
I mean, and also too, Drake had ghostwriters. We know that. We know Drake had ghostwriters. He's above him. You know, he's a couple of steps above him. I think Kanye's way too far down there. I'm sorry. Kanye's in my top 5 for me. And again, I will be honest, as a producer, because I am a producer, I do look at his overall contributions to the culture. Like he's making beats, he's making hits for other people, and he's rapping. Like that's hard to. But I know this is just rapping. So,
like I said, what hurt me was Lupe. Like when Lupe was high, he was getting busy. He was experimenting. His lyrical ability, his storytelling, and I remember it was an interview by Lil Wayne again. When this is peak Lil Wayne, like right after the Carter 3, right before the Carter 4, and the mixtapes. And he was doing an interview, and he was like, "The only person fucking with me is Lupe." And he said that in the interview, and I was just like, "That's crazy that he acknowledged it."
Yeah, if you look at that technical talent, Lupe is crazy. Exactly. He is top 10 for sure, definitely.
And he still got it, even when his album that dropped last year.
Mind blowing lyricism, wordplay.
Well, I get
But he had commercial success too, and that's the thing. So I actually agree with you because I think he had a lot of commercial success. Yeah, especially the first 3 albums. Like he had a lot of commercial success.
Exactly. I guess it wasn't enough. According to Billboard.
Do y'all agree with Method Man being higher than Redman?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Redman is way too low, man. He's way too low.
Like I heard the stories of Redman, like when he came in the game, they thought like he was the next coming. Like everybody feared Redman, and everybody thought like lyrically he was. Yeah,
Redman is that dude.
But these were stories that I heard like from old heads. They was like Redman was that was that dude back in the day.
But if you go back and listen to his shit, like he was definitely ahead of his time when he first came out. His first album dropped in like 92. Yeah, 92 with that album.
Wow.
And a lot of people named that as like album of the year for 92. That's how good it was. Even ahead of Chronic. And you know I love the Chronic.
Who was that one dude? Dang, I forgot his name. Didn't he beef with LL Cool J? You know what I'm talking about?
Cannabis?
Yeah.
Cannabis.
Mama said knock you out.
Yeah, Cannabis used to
around.
get busy too. But I'm not mad, man. Jadakiss is top 5 dead or alive.
But not according to them.
They said 46. He added a 6 to that shit.
He couldn't even crack the top 40. I'm like,
I don't know how T.I. made it.
Well, I'm a big Tip fan.
I see why he made it.
I know, I don't know, but I'm also looking at him. T.I. is ahead of Chuck D. Like, I'm like, I mean, T.I. But T.I. had he had a number of good albums. He definitely had commercial success, but he also has influence on culture that with trap music and all that shit. That's really lasted. So
and that's why I'm not mad at Gucci. That's why I can't get mad that Gucci's on the list.
Gucci, right? He's another one, right?
Just off the trap music,
But like, if you're talking about rapper ability, like to something you would say, Alex, like you're talking about like bars and shit. Like T.I.'s not. To me, he's solid. I've never been like, wow.
Oh, no.
That verse is blowing me. That's just me personally. I'm beyond.
One of my top 10 albums is I still love Paper Trail.
You like Paper Trail? Paper Trail is great. I love me personally. Trap music is number 1. Then it's King, and then Paper Trail, and
it's Urban Legend for me.
T.I. versus T.I.P.
I like all of them.
Urban Legend is number 1 for me.
Urban Legend, yep.
Yeah.
ASAP.
I'm just looking through this list, man.
So maybe he should be that high, actually. Yeah, no, I mean, I think 32.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I mean,
I think that's about right, actually.
He's still relatable to this day. Like,
yeah.
I definitely feel like if you got three stacks up there, you should have Big Boy up there too, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Thank you. People don't give Big Boy enough credit, man.
And I said, Nick knows, I said this shit plenty of times. People sleep on Big Boy. People been sleeping on Speaker Box. Like Speaker Box was a great album too. So Speaker Box some love.
Why is Rick Ross so low, man? Rick Ross is like the perfect rapper. He has great production. He has rag to riches flow. He can still make music today. He just made a song with Diddy, and it was ringing off. But I don't like Rick Ross is like the perfect rapper to me because I don't know, like, and his voice, his tone, his ability alone just.
I'm okay where he's at. For me, I'm okay with it because I think he is definitely got the voice. He's definitely got the story. He's kind of got like a little parallel with Jay-Z. How he's got the rags to riches story. He was also executive at Def Jam, so he's got that whole aura that's just really special. He's a character that's just special. He lives up to the name of Rick Ross. You know what I mean?
And plus,
but I just feel like, I feel like overall. For me personally, rapping wise, his voice is amazing, but I can't say his bars for me just never really like wowed me. His voice was always the best thing, but that's why for me, I probably wouldn't put him that much higher. That's me.
He beefed with 50 Cent and survived.
That's true. That's true. He did. Yep.
Yeah.
He should definitely be on. I think he should be on the list for sure.
And then he started that whole Lex Luger trap sound at one point.
He did 2010, yep. Teflon Don.
Yeah.
He in terms of beat choices, he makes some of the best beat selection of anybody on the list. He's up there with Jay-Z. Yep. You know what I mean? His production discography.
I think he would have a better job as executive producing people's albums.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. He knows what sounds good. He's a very musical person, clearly. Yeah, he knows what sounds good.
Especially if you get him with Justice League.
It's
a rap.
Cool and Dre. He had
The Runners.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the Miami people helping out.
He should definitely be on my list for sure.
Do y'all agree with Kendrick Lamar over Nas?
Nope.
No.
No, I don't.
Kendrick is way too. I ain't gonna say way too high, but I don't think he should be number 2.
So he's in my top 5. Kendrick's in my top 5. My top 5's
go ahead.
Jay, Nas, Common, Kanye, Kendrick. That's my top 5 favorite rappers.
I'm not mad. I
That's
like
my top
that.
5. Like that.
I like it.
But,
I just my top 5 is Jay, Nas, Lil Wayne, and Drake. Like, because Lil Wayne, like, I think he almost had it at one point. He almost even Jay acknowledged it. He was like, if you keep going, I pass the torch to him. And Drake is like right behind him, because Wayne had the game in a chokehold for 10 years. Drake is going on 2 decades now. And like at any moment he could drop a 4 p.m. in Calabasas or 7 p.m. in Toronto or something and get his pen back and be back in the game. But I think he's just making music for fun now.
Yeah. But, my top 5: Pac, Bone Thugs, Nas, Eminem, DMX. That's my top 5. Top 5 favorites.
Bone Thugs as a group?
Yeah, as a group. Cause like him, Bone Thugs and Pac, they're the reason why I fell in love with hip hop in the first place. That's why they're so high up for me.
You think you are Pac, don't you?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Right. I watched that video of Pac on Digital Underground. And they was explaining how Pac only had like so many bars, but he got busy in that span of time. And like when I went back and listened to it, I was like, I had never heard the song before, and I was like, why he go in like that in like such a short amount of time?
Oh, he had to, man. They only gave him like just the one verse.
I think they gave him like 8 bars or something. My problem was Future. I think Future is a great writer. Like musically, melodies, he's a great writer. I don't think he's a good rapper, especially with this new era of trap. But rapping wise, I wouldn't put him that. But nah, he's a great writer. Like what? He was talking recently about writing that song for Beyonce and never getting credit for it. So,
what song?
The We Be All Night.
Drunk in Love. Oh wow.
Yeah, Drunk in Love, and I think he leaked the reference tracks too.
Oh wow.
Shit.
Yeah, he wrote the whole song.
See, he's a hard one. His name pops out actually more than anybody else's on the list for me. It's just because I don't particularly like his music, and he really, him with Gucci really stand out as like very much 2010 contributions to this list. Most of the other people are from like earlier than that. And even though I don't personally really like his music, I definitely will say he's had extreme amount of influence on music, just with his melody and the way he would sing, but also the way he did like the mumble. I mean, he's like the birth of mumble rap. You know what I mean? Like you really think about it. Like in the years to come, it will be evident why he's on this list, because the whole drugged out kind of like in your feelings, but gangster at the same time, and it's like it's been so influential that I think he deserves his spot, even though I don't personally rate him as like an MC or something. Like but his melodies are good though. He can write some catchy ass fucking choruses though. I'll give him that.
Well, why is Dr. Dre on the list?
That's a good question. That one also stood out a little bit. I don't know, man. AJ, what do you think? You're the West Coast resident.
I mean, as a rapper now, but you gotta look at like his production and contributions.
Yeah.
Like he's still making beats. Like it's like he always has like that main artist for each decade.
Top hip
Like,
hop artist. We keep thinking is top lyricist, top rapper, top MC, top
yeah,
hip hop
That's a good
artist.
question.
Yeah,
That's a good
it's
question.
everything.
yeah,
It's like, you know,
Yeah.
it's everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I look at it from like a non like biased standpoint. Because if it was strictly rapping, oh no, Dr. Dre's not on there. But
Yeah.
because
I
Snoop
mean,
Snoop is on here, right?
yeah, Snoop
he's
is number
way up.
9. He's number
Number
9.
Oh,
9.
okay.
Like again, like Dre brought us Snoop. He brought us NWA. He brought us Eminem. He brought
Easy,
us Kendrick, Easy E. You know what I'm saying? So like
cool,
he brought us
50
all these
Cent.
guys. Like exactly. Plus, you know, what is he like? What the third richest? Like
Yeah,
behind
no,
Diddy
he's
and Jay Z.
yeah, he's one of
He,
the. He's got B. He's a billionaire. You know. He's,
Yeah,
and then Jay.
with the beats by Dre and all that.
Yeah.
yeah,
But if that's
yeah,
the case, then why is Kanye number 9 then? If you're talking about overall
exactly.
contribution, I mean, he fucking produced like 15 hit singles before he even like came out. Like, I think he should be way higher if that's the
Yeah.
case. And I
He's
definitely have
number
a problem with
I
that.
think
he's
his. I
number
think his.
6 for me.
I think the
Number
reason
6.
why they put him at
Respect
11
that.
is because his all you know all his shit he does outside of music, all the shit he be talking outside of music.
And I see that, but I disagree with that. I don't understand why that should be on the fucking list, though. I disagree with that. Even though,
I know, no, I agree. I'm just saying,
and I know you do. I know you do, AJ. I'm just saying, like, I think that's frustrating for me. It's like nowadays we do know a lot about these rappers and celebrities behind the scenes, you know. But that's one thing that shouldn't necessarily that shouldn't affect the list too much. We're talking about the best artists, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, keep it separate, like. But that's my thing.
Dang, Bun B.
Yeah,
I was happy to see Bun B on there.
I was.
Actually, I was happy. I mean, like UGK had such an influence on all these southern rappers that came
You're
after
right.
them, like Tip
Yeah,
and
they
all of
did.
them. Like they were, and then also on top of that, Bun B. I think he's really remained like kind of just that OG southern rapper. You know what I mean? Kind of like Scarface, sort of like just kind of like is an OG and somebody that other rappers consult and just. You know, he's just an important figure, so I think he should be on the list. What do you think, Alex?
To me, I always felt like Pimp C was a better rapper, but I love Bun B. I love Bun B, and it's crazy because I never heard his real voice. His speaking voice is different from his rapping voice.
It really is,
and it really like he sounds way different. But I don't know. I like it. I was a Pimp C fan, so but they're one group. So if they would have just put UGK up there, I would have been happy.
I think Pimp C was more influential. His flow was more
that's
influential.
what I was saying.
I think that definitely was more influential than Bun B's.
Definitely. But I think the reason, like, unfortunately, Pimp C died. You know, he passed in like what 08, I think 07, 08.
07.
07, okay. And then like I can't remember if he had did Pimp C have any solo albums or solo work?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so.
And I think that's the main reason like why it's Bun B instead of Pimp C, because you know Bun B had that Trill album, and I think
he had a number of them.
Yeah. But I know his main one was Trill, with like Draped Up, Get Throwed.
I love that Ludacris made it, man. He was one of my favorite.
AJ was happy too.
Ludacris is in my top 10. So Word of Mouth is the first album I ever bought in life. That's the first CD I ever bought.
Like AJ, you're loyal, bro. You're like my day one. He's a day one. He's gonna make the top 10.
Ludacris was before this, like these big rappers. He was doing all those features. He was getting busy. He used to have those freestyles on his albums.
Yeah,
you remember that?
Yeah.
And
you don't see
I
that
remember
nowadays.
He did Rap City, The Basement. I told y'all last time, he did that freestyle when they was pranking him and started getting busy on it. Yeah, but
I'll never forget him on Made You Look remix. This nigga rap Jadakiss and
I'm from the school of hard knocks, Neek.
Some low blows. My man went off on that shit.
I think because he had a good sense of humor, people didn't take him as serious. Didn't take his technical ability as serious. That's what I think. I think because he had a little more of a cartoonish kind of character that was like fun. People were like they slept on his technical ability.
Exactly.
That's what I think honestly happened.
But he also came out. Go ahead.
No, I think everybody in the game was afraid of Ludacris like beef with him because you remember that whole beef with T.I. on the the Stomp song, and he just went in, and the T.I. was like, it wasn't even that serious. But I think T.I. understood Ludacris gets busy on that, so like he ain't even respond. But T.I. will respond to Lil Flip all day. But
right. He fixes battles. Yeah,
that was smart.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
But also, Ludacris came out. It's just the time he came out. He came out in 2000, and at that point, you had Prime Jay-Z, Prime Nas, Prime Eminem. Nelly came out around the same time. His album went fucking diamond.
Right.
Yeah. Who else was only dudes moving units and Pimp Juice and us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like he was underappreciated in that era just because like all the other shit that was around him. Then 50 Cent came out not too long after, and he blew the fuck up.
Yeah,
I think Ludacris put Atlanta on his back though.
He did,
and he wasn't even from there. Like he was a
originally,
DJ.
From
Illinois. How you say that? Illinois.
He's from Illinois, but I thought he was from the South Side. I thought he was from College Park or something. Oh, okay.
No, that's where he moved to later on.
That's where he moved. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was a DJ for a local radio station there.
Yeah, because he was from Georgia. He was from Illinois, and then he moved to Virginia for a little bit, and then he moved to Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
I don't think nobody's actually from Atlanta.
Right.
Bow Wow ain't from Atlanta.
That's such a good point, dog. Like I'm reading
Gucci
a book.
Ain't from Atlanta.
Bro, I'm reading a book right. He's from Atlanta. He's from East Side, but
no, he's not.
Gucci's
from he was born in Alabama.
No, that's true. That's true. You're right. Yeah, he was born in Alabama. Yeah, you're right. Actually,
Jeezy ain't from Atlanta.
Jeezy's not from Atlanta. Yeah, a lot of people from like small towns way outside. That's what I was gonna say. I'm reading a book right now. It's called Rap Capital. It's about how Atlanta became the capital of rap music in the late 2000s. You know, and it talks about that. Like it's got a map of the city, and then all the artists, all these big artists, they're all from like outside. No one's actually from, like the Migos from North Side, or like, Ludacris, Gunna, whatever, South Side, and it's interesting like that.
Yeah. You know what's funny though? I think that every major rapper today was mad at this list. Like the Little Uzi Verts, the Yachty's, the Migos, Travis Scott's. Like they're the ones clogging up the airways today, and they ain't even get a mention.
Right. I think the latest one is like what, Nicki? I think it's the latest one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's actually a good point. Or maybe Future.
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 Yeah, Future. Yeah.
I think of all the ones you just mentioned, you said Travis Scott, you said Lil Uzi Vert. Lil Uzi Vert might be on the list in the future, maybe. But I think one of the Migos. I mean, the way they divided up the groups is weird to me. If it was just like if the list allowed for groups, I think the Migos would be on the top 50. I think they might actually make it one day, not now, but like 20 years from now, maybe. But that's my thing. I don't see Travis Scott on there. Maybe he would be though. I don't know.
No, I can see Travis Scott on there.
Production wise, like his albums be like I love Rodeo.
That's a good point though. All of his albums are like well produced. Yeah, that's true though.
But I can see what you said, Uzi, because I wasn't like one of those fans of that freshman class of rappers. But I can see Uzi because like he started growing on me, and I can see what everybody sees in him. And like he's like a rock star for rap.
Yeah, he's like an enigma and shit. Like he's really is. Yeah,
he should be getting hype. He should be getting you hype, yeah.
Yeah,
like I think Joe Budden was talking about him, and he was saying like Uzi is gonna be the one that sticks around for a while. So,
and that's crazy because a lot of OGs say that about him too. Like Royce the 5'9" of all people was like, yeah, Uzi's really good at what he does. He was talking in an interview about him. I was like, wow, that's interesting.
You know what's crazy? If you watch his old videos before, like he switched his style up with the colorful hair and stuff, he used to get busy, like rapping. Like his voice sounds completely different from his old rap style, but he used to get busy just rapping on beats nonstop. And then like he switched it to like all this melody and mumble rap and hype music. So I mean, whatever gets you on, gets you on.
He's talented, man.
You know who actually dropped a good album this year? Lil
Don't say
Yachty.
Yachty.
I did.
Oh my God!
No, the album was actually really good, bro. It was.
You're the third person that said that to me.
It was good.
I'll listen to it. I'll listen to it, man. I'll listen to it.
Cause it's
You're the
different
third
from like all his
person that
other
said
shit. It had like a little
Today.
rock. It had like a rock funk vibe to it.
I tried. I gave it one full listen in the car.
What, the newest one?
Yeah, the newest album. I couldn't get into it. I said I would give it another listen at home with headphones, but Duran called me and said he liked it. Rashad called me and said he liked it today. That's crazy. It felt like it was overproduced, like it was just doing too much. Like it kept switching on me, and they didn't give me time to really sink in what was happening on every song. So
I can see why you said that.
Yeah, like I'm cool with switch ups, but like don't switch up 3-4 times in the same song before I even digest the first part. I'm Curtis Blow, and I want you to know that.
You know what they're missing? They're missing from the 80s though. They need Flavor Flav on here. He's top 5, man. Flavor Flav. Top 5 hype man of all time, absolutely. But not rapper. Not rapper. I'm trying to think of some people who aren't on the list who maybe got robbed.
I'm glad Rakim.
Yeah, they got Rakim for sure.
Yeah, they got him.
13.
Because I think Rakim was Jay's role model.
Yeah. Rakim was like everybody in New York's role model, I think, at that time, to be honest. Like Nas, you can tell Nas was a big Rakim fan for sure.
Here the real top 5 right here. The real top 5. Dylon, and Dylon. Because he spits hot fire. That's the real top 5.
You know what I hate? I hate that nobody's arguing about J. Cole.
Bro, I was just going to say that, bro. I was just going to say that we got to talk about that.
I'm not the one to fight for him, but somebody should have been arguing. Like, in his class of Kendrick, Drake, and Cole, and he's way far down than them.
Right.
Like, I'm from Vietnam, and I'm not the one to fight for him, but I was mad about it.
You fighting a little bit then.
I was like, why ain't nobody fighting for my nigga Cole?
Oh man, I have so many conflicted. AJ, you know how many conflicted feelings I have about J. Cole. I love J. Cole, but I also get frustrated by J. Cole at the same time. I don't know if I put him higher. I don't know if I put him higher. Even though I totally respect what you're saying, Alex, in terms of rapping ability, I mean, he's a way better rapper than Drake, in my opinion. He blows Drake out of the water, in my personal opinion. But I think he's a way better rapper. But I think with he's probably toe-to-toe with Kendrick a little bit with rapping ability for me. But 15, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know.
I was reading somewhere, and I'm starting to get why people like Kendrick so much, because they was like ranking rappers off their first 3 albums, and it was like Kanye's first 3 up against Kendrick's first 3, and I forgot who else it was. And it was like these first 3s were like 50 Cent's first 3, and it was like, man, that's kind of yeah. Oh, it was Eminem. You saw it too?
I think I did. I think I know what you're talking about.
It was a voting thing, and I was like, Eminem's top 3 was it was fire.
It really was, yeah.
And I was just like, I get it. Kendrick's top 3 is like untouchable. You can't argue anything about it.
Why do you think he should be higher, J. Cole, Alex? Why do you think he should be higher up there? Like, who should he leapfrog in the list?
It's kind of like the narrative, man. It's like, you know, we say Nas is the chosen one, like the Godson. Like, I look at hip hop like a movie. Like, if everybody was characters, I feel like Cole was the chosen one for our generation. So it was like he was the chosen one. You were supposed to excel to the top. So that's why. Because
but then he let Nas down.
Yeah,
then he let Nas down. You don't do that.
I don't think he fights for it no more because like you go back and listen to the warm up and come up, he rapped on Dead Presidents.
Oh my god, he rapped.
Wow. And then he went back and redid Dead Presidents because somebody told him.
Somebody told him, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like if he had that fire in him today, I would hands down like you top. You at the top, you above Drake. But I don't think he wants that.
Though you're so right, man. Even like think about the song on what's it called? There's a song off of 2014 Forest Hills Drive where he talks about like ripping the crown from somebody, but then at the end of the song he's like, "I'll give the crown back because there are no kings." You know, I don't want the crown. He's scared
I'll pass it around and we can share it. Nah,
exactly.
Man.
He's scared. Take it because I think he's just a little like this element of shy. I think he's just like I'm gonna kind of back away. So he kind of like, and also you see it the way he didn't collaborate with that many rappers like through on his albums. He was very like in his own space. Like he was producing his own shit at one point. He's kind of like. He's kind of like he kind of likes to be adjacent to the culture. So if you already want to distance yourself from it, it's going to be hard for you to be like top 5 in my personal opinion. But I think he's a fabulous rapper, and I think he should be around 15 for me. I think it actually would go because what he's accomplished. I mean, he's just fantastic artist. Man.
I think he wanted to be Kanye at one point.
I agree.
With a better rapping ability.
Oh, I think a far better. Yeah, I agree. Far better rapping ability, to be honest.
But when somebody told him, like, "Hey, it's time to get up off these keys. Let somebody else produce your music."
I think Hove told him that, bro. Shit, I think Hove might have gotten his ear when he signed the rock. When he signed, and he was having trouble, and Hove was actually the one who said, "Get Miguel on that chorus real quick." He was like, "Get off that, J. Cole." No. And then he also got Trey Songz on the song. On his first singles, he said Cole sang the chorus himself, and Jay was like, "No, get Trey Songz on that. Like you need a little help." Jay-Z knows what it takes to do that. But like Cole was like, "I'm just gonna just keep doing me 100% every track," and he had success though. So I mean,
I have this theory that J. Cole and Kanye didn't know each other for the longest. Because they've been in the game so long under the same before Kanye fell out with everybody under the same label, umbrella, rock, whatever, same friends. Like, how do y'all not pass each other in the studio and work on something?
Yo, they're like opposite personalities though, real shit. They are like the dead opposite to me. Like Cole is like backing away, Kanye's like up in your face. You know what I mean? But I don't know. That's a good question though. That's a good question.
And I feel like to this day, like why Cole and Hove haven't done anything more. Like,
well, that's crazy because people thought they were beefing for a while. Actually, because Hove wouldn't even talk about him at all. He wouldn't say nothing about it. I have theories. I think that Cole was kind of like telling Hove to back off. I want to do me, and Hove was like, no, here's how you got to do it. But like Cole didn't want any advice. It didn't want anybody's hands on the shit. So I think Hove kind of backed away. That's my personal theory. I don't have anything to back that up.
I think that's my theory too. That like Cole wanted to build his following, and I guess he thought, hey, I won. I got this cult following behind me. But Jay-Z was like, I just made Kanye and Rihanna billionaires. What are you talking about? You won. You could have been on this side. You're lying about 100 mil on your song. But I just wish like they would have worked more because you got people over here begging Hov for a verse, and you got Cole being one of his first signed artists, just on his own island doing his own thing.
That's why I get so frustrated about it. This is why it's a love-hate thing sometimes, because that's why I get frustrated right there. I look at the potential. I'm like, the potential could have been.
Yeah, like I feel like Hov would have stopped him from putting out For Your Eyes Only in KLD.
Probably. Yeah.
To put it politely,
yeah, he would have been like, yeah, we gonna sit on these. They're gonna be throwaway. We're gonna release. It's gonna be an untitled, unmastered type.
This is gonna be your lost tapes.
Exactly.
We would not have been mad if they gave us a Cole lost tapes.
Right. What's some other collabs that you would have loved to see if that never happened?
Nas and Big, bro. Nas was supposed to be on a song with Biggie, and the motherfucker they didn't, and the motherfucker was too high. They were beefing, but the story was Nas was just too fucking high, and so he couldn't record his verse. And then they just never worked. They never worked again. Biggie was like, nah, fuck that. Like, I need somebody to show up and give me a verse, and that would have been dope. If that had happened.
Who else could collab? I don't know.
If Pun and Biggie was still alive, that would have been a dope.
Oh my god.
God, why would you even say that? Like, we gotta find a DJ to mix that together.
Right.
I've never even thought of that.
That would be just wow.
Bro, why they ain't put Ja Rule on the list, man?
I ain't gonna lie, I was thinking that shit too. I ain't gonna I was like, oh, Ja Rule's on the list. 50 Cent probably laughing like shit.
Damn right.
Yeah, there ain't 50 rappers dead or alive better than me. I was like, what?
But
yeah.
Damn,
homie. Yeah, I know Nelly mad.
Actually, when you think about it,
you know,
as far as like top selling, Nelly should be.
Oh yeah, he went diamond.
Yeah,
he had 3 number ones on the same album.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember Nelly. You remember that one time we thought Nelly like had bars and lyrics, like he was a lyricist. Like when he dropped that, I am number one.
Number one.
I fucking love that song.
We turned around like, is he going for it? I was like, all right, Nelly, like if you gonna go for it, we gonna ride, but don't get exposed.
Right.
But like I feel like everybody looks at the game and be like, Hove is the GOAT. Who's gonna be the one to take him out?
Yeah.
It's like LeBron James and Jordan. LeBron James is going for it. Mm-hmm. So
they breaking records.
Yeah, and I think Hove still got it though.
That's the crazy thing. Like that's like his bars. He still has it. Like that's just crazy, man.
You know, he's just gotten better.
Yeah.
Didn't he drop like a quadruple entendre or something one time? And they was like rewriting it, trying to break it down. But
right.
Yeah, but
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I forgot what it was, but now Hove good. If he writes one verse a year, it's gonna be sick.
Exactly.
Like that 5-minute verse we got on Khaled was all his bars for the year.
Right.
Facts.
Yeah. So,
hey AJ, what about Pac? Pac's on the list. What do you think? Being a Pac super fan, how do you feel about him being number 4? Yeah.
I don't think Kendrick should be above him, but other than that, I'm not mad at it.
Why not?
Just looking from like a non-biased standpoint. I mean, of course, he had great cultural impact. He has a long ass catalog. Even after he died, he still had a long ass catalog of music. But the difference between his catalog and Jay-Z is just like Pac's catalog ran out in 2006. His last album dropped in 2006. And then Jay-Z, was still continuously dropping shit and still getting better each year every time he drops some shit, for the most part. So that's why I'm not mad at Jay-Z being number 1, just because like he has that longevity, he has that catalog, and he's still here.
Right. That makes sense. But you said I meant to ask why you think Tupac should be above Kendrick, which is kind of a funny question, but why do you think? I mean, it's kind of I can't even say it without.
I mean, if you're looking from a rapping standpoint, Kendrick is better from a rapping standpoint.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I do.
But just like
Alex is like,
I think what at that point it just goes for like impact and then longevity. I think if you give Kendrick like a couple more years, a couple more solid projects, then you can say that. But as of right now, nah.
See, I don't think you could. I feel like Tupac is such a legend that, like, I don't know. I don't think anyone could ever
he's
like
a
be
pillar.
another one.
He really is.
Like he's what you call an icon. You know, like an icon. You know,
yeah.
He put, and the thing about Pac was he was big when he was alive. So
Exactly.
like most people, like sadly, you say they blew up after they passed. No, Pac knew he was big. So
Yeah. My man had #1 album while in jail. The first person to do that. And then he dropped the first ever double rap CD with All Eyes on Me, which went diamond.
So I think Pac would be the greatest West Coast rapper of all time, ever. So that's why I put him above Kendrick.
It's just hard for me because I'm like, on the one hand, like there would be no Kendrick without Pac, like period. Because not because they're like extremely similar artists necessarily, but just like you know that the landscape of West Coast rap would just be totally different without Pac. You can't even. It's hard to even imagine.
Exactly.
But I so I have hard time saying one above the other. But I would say Kendrick, his discography is fucking crazy, and maybe I'm just a little more in tune with his discography than Pac's. But I'm just like Kendrick though, like some of the shit he's done and the way he's. I mean, yeah, I can't compare.
I can agree with that though.
Kendrick has gone so far, like he's permeated culture like across the world in a way, and Pac has too. But I like, man, I don't know. It's just hard. It's hard. It wasn't alive as long, and that's the thing I find is hard to compare for that reason.
Would you think that it's fair to say that Kendrick preserves himself from like you getting tired of him? Like Pac was everywhere. He was in movies, he was in TV shows, he was rapping, and it was like he was overexposed, and he was still big. Kendrick kind of like disappears, comes back, and you didn't even know you was like yearning for Kendrick. Drops everything on you, you're happy, and then disappears again. And like,
but I also like that, like he takes his time with his projects versus now.
Yeah.
You got rappers nowadays, they drop something every year. Like Kendrick takes his time, because like what Good Kid, Mad City came out like 2012, and then The Pimp Butterfly came out 15. Dan was 17. Then he took a 5-year hiatus, and then you dropped Mr. Morale.
Yeah. I love Mr. Morale. Like I'm still playing that.
I do too.
Me too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I feel like he's very careful about what he's doing with his career, even with his label. I think he made sure, hey, y'all need 4 albums from me. I'm gonna do them. I'm gonna make sure they great albums, sell them. Then I'm gonna start my PG Lane thing. He boosted TD up as much as he could. He's starting his PG Lane. He got Baby Keem with him. I think he's strategic about what he does and what he releases. So I wish we could get more of them. Like more from them, like more features.
More features. At the least more features. Yeah,
at the least. More.
I can see that.
Like just pull an Andre and just do features.
Yeah, but like who he did a feature for? Has he done a feature?
Yeah, he done a lot of features.
Of course, he did a lot of features.
He did one Baby King, Rich the Kid.
Yeah.
What's that shit? Yeah, Rich the Kid.
Are you talking about like times that he was the guest rapper, Alex? Yeah. I think of Fucking Problems, ASAP Rocky.
Yeah, that one
that popped out.
What's that nigga from Chicago? Fredo something. Fredo Santana. He did a song. He did a feature with him.
He did a bunch of songs with J Rock, of course. He did everybody on Black Hippie.
Yeah, everybody TDE, of course.
Yeah, we're talking about outside of TDE, probably.
Yeah. Then who else?
Kanye, he jumped no party.
Oh yeah.
Eminem.
He did a feature with Eminem?
He did.
Yeah. Marshall Mathers too.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never heard that. Wow.
He shows up for legends, you know what I mean? He does. He definitely does that.
I think on this list it's treating Eminem unfair.
How's that?
I think people arguably say Eminem is like number one. And I get it. Like, as far as albums, music, lyrical ability, stardom, fame, he fulfills every category. And he makes great videos. He can be funny as you want him to be. He can be as deep thought as you need him to be. I don't know, like, when you make the case when it comes to like each bar to fill, Eminem fulfills every one of them. I mean, he gets he's a white rapper, but he's gotten, like, he surpassed that already.
Right. I think he the only white rapper on the list too.
Who'd you want, Jack Harlow?
Oh, Jack Harlow, definitely Jack Harlow. He definitely up there. Vanilla Ice, though, my personal favorite.
I
put him up there.
I got this theory. I think Jack Harlow is a plant. Like, he's
I can hear that. I can hear that.
Post Malone's definitely a plant.
Oh, man.
Post Malone, he's literally said it before in interviews. He says, I've heard him say he is an industry plant. Absolutely.
He really is.
He's talented, though.
He said what?
I guess whoever's writing his songs, like, them songs always be hitting on.
He's talented as fuck. I actually think Post Malone is super talented, but he went from White Iverson to a very different look in a short period of time. And you see some things he's done. I'm like, like,
I like that when he dropped White Iverson, it blew up and went crazy.
I like the song. I actually enjoyed it.
Instead of doing like a little Nas, his next single didn't come out for a while. So I think he went back to the drawing board, worked on what's the best thing he could come up with, even if the industry got involved and said, we're going to find you the best song. But I think it was smart of him to just move at his own pace to be as big as he could. Because he could have been a Lil Nas X, make Old Town Road, and then just dropping a bunch of BS. He was the only white rapper on the list.
No, I think that's a great point though about Eminem, because he checks all the boxes, like you were saying. He's got the sales, he's got the fame, he's got definitely got the sales, fame, but he's got the lyricism. I mean, you can't really argue he's an extremely talented rapper.
And I think one of the criteria of being the GOAT is you had to have like a shift in the game with your career, and he shifted the game. He made it fun. He made it silly, and you knew every time he was dropping an album, that first single was going to be hilarious to watch and listen to. So, and it was like, how can we take him seriously? But it was like, he's funny and he's getting busy while he's rapping.
Exactly.
I'm back. Yeah,
that's true. Like,
funny as skin like a splinter. I was like, he's really.
I was like, damn. Well, that must mean I'm disgusting. But it's just me. I'm just
AJ. Why do you think he's not higher on the list, dog? Why is he not higher on the list?
Well, I ain't gonna say he had flops. They still sold, but he had two kind of like negative received albums back to back, with Encore and Relapse. I think that kind of hurt him. And he had a little hiatus as well. Like after he had that little hiatus between Encore and Relapse as well. Yeah. I mean, granted, he was like, he was doing, he had the whole drug thing at the time, and then Proof had died, so he was going through all that. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
And he has 2 diamond albums.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think time has just hurt Eminem.
Yeah, I think maybe because his initial run wasn't as long as sometimes we might think it was. Like, I mean, it was like what, 98 to
99. Well, the first album came out 99.
First album was 99, and then Encore came out in 2004. So like, it really was a pretty short period of time where he was just like the hottest thing.
And then when you get to the 2010s, his albums were kind of like hit or miss.
Yeah, I mean, well, except for what was it? Who's the dude?
Wait, what did he say? Recovery.
He said Recovery is his favorite. Recovery is classic. I don't give a fuck what anybody says about that shit.
When we tell you the whole panel stopped, we were like, what?
I was thinking. I thought that album was called Rehab or something.
No, you're thinking of Relapse. You're thinking of Relapse.
You think about Relapse?
No, I was thinking Rehab. I know about Relapse, but I was like, was it Rehab? But it was Recovery.
Yeah, and Recovery is actually not a bad album. I actually went back and listened to it. It's not a bad album.
I just couldn't get over the pop like anthems that he started doing. I was just like,
yeah, that was the thing too. Revival. That's the album. That's when he went super pop because he had songs from fucking Beyonce. He had that one song.
Beyonce, Ed Sheeran. You know what's crazy is like I look at his streams on Spotify. Because I'm a producer, I'm always looking at like what numbers are doing, who's doing what. Eminem continues to have billion streamed songs on Spotify that like came out last year. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm kind of like, who is listening to this like right now? Like, who's like, he has a song Godzilla with Juice WRLD that I've never even heard, but has like a 1.5 billion streams. I'm like, damn, like, he might be one of the few rappers that after 20 years is still selling like that. Like, that's crazy. Like,
I saw something. I think it was like a year or two ago. They said Eminem is still one of the biggest touring artists in the world.
Right, he's still like enormous.
That's because he doesn't tour like that. So whenever he does tour, people are going to come out for them shits because it's a rare appearance for him. Because he doesn't like touring anymore.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that. That's actually a good point. That's a good point.
I do have a collaboration, another good dream collaboration. Well, not necessarily a dream, but something that I thought should happen. Eminem and Jay Dilla. Think about it. They're both from Detroit. No, early, like Infinite Eminem. Like Infinite Eminem. Like back in '96.
I fucking like that, bro.
Because even Jay Dilla did songs with Proof.
Oh my god, I like that. Yeah. Oh, that's fucking great. That would have been fucking amazing.
My dad's like, y'all both from Detroit. Y'all haven't worked together yet?
That's a good point, man.
Never worked together?
Jay Dilla and I don't know. I was just watching a video of Skills. He said he got a beat from Jay Dilla, and he just never listened to it, and then it blew up. And Skills released his version of rapping over the beat too. But yeah.
That's crazy. I like that one, AJ. That's actually really creative. I wouldn't have thought about that. That's really dope.
I want Timbaland and Magoo to come back.
Not Magoo.
Bruh, man, why did they trash Magoo? Magoo's getting busy.
First of all, your name's Magoo.
People forgot about Magoo, man.
I forgot about Magoo.
Right.
I definitely forgot about his ass.
Magoo made Timbaland stop rapping.
But so where were you with this list for the most part? Do you like agree?
I think this is one of the better lists I've seen. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, definitely.
Comprehensive, well researched. I'm gonna give it to him. It's a good list.
Yeah.
Right.
I give it a B+. It didn't disappoint. It was like we was waiting for them to forget like Ghostface Killer, so all the hardcores could come out of the caves and be arguing, but they didn't forget nobody. So the order's fine. I'm not mad about the order, but it's like some minor tweaks. But
yeah, I'll switch some people around, but for the most part.
They didn't forget anybody except Lupe. Yeah, they forgot what. But they're gonna drop another one again, like in 2 years. So
they really are. The main one, Billboard did a top 10 back, like, was it like back in 2015, 2016? No, 2015 they dropped the top 10. Pac wasn't even on the list.
Pac wasn't on the top 10.
Nah.
We talked about. I feel like we talked about that, dog, because it's Billboard. Yeah. They're not even fucking thinking. They're just thinking about money and some shit. I mean, even then, how could you? That's crazy. That's crazy.
They're gonna drop it again, and they're gonna get like Rev Run off of there.
Oh yeah, that's actually funny. I'm glad you mentioned that, dog, because I saw that. I was like, Rev Run, like by himself. But that's that weird thing. That's one thing I don't like about the list. I don't know why they separated the groups. Like I don't like that. Like because for me, it's like Outkast wouldn't have been Outkast without Big Boy and Andre. Like I understand because Andre's done a lot of his own features and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I get why you could consider him a separate entity, but to AJ's point, like Speakerbox, Love Below, for example, like Speakerbox is such a great album. It's a foundation for Andre to kind of do weird shit to me. Like Speakerbox was the most solid album on that dual disc. I feel like it's weird how they took groups and split them up and shit, like Run DMC. Like why? Yeah. I don't understand that. I don't like that.
I don't think Andre would have been Andre, or he would have evolved to Andre 3000.
There's no chance
he wasn't a part of Outkast.
There's no chance. Big Boy was the backbone. Chance. Like Big Boy was the backbone for me. Like Big Boy was just so consistent. Like Andre was always doing. But if it wasn't for Big Boy, you can't separate the two. Yin and Yang, you can't separate the two.
Exactly. Like they needed each other.
They could have put Method Man and Redman in one category. Redman and Meth.
Or just the whole Wu-Tang.
No, yeah, right. You could have put the whole.
Well, Redman ain't Wu, so
yeah, he's not Wu. He's not.
They said they was trying to get him in there, but
right. But he was with Death Squad though, so
yeah. But I think the Wu-Tang is all from Coney Island, right?
Staten Island.
Staten. My bad. Why I always get that confused? Who's from Coney Island?
Not really many people, honestly. Like Coney Island.
Where's Jadakiss and them from?
He's not from
Yonkers.
He's from
Yonkers.
Yeah. The only dude I can think is from Coney Island, Stephon Marbury, the fucking basketball player. That's the only dude I remember. I remember him always shouting it out. So when I went to New York in the summertime, we go by Coney Island. Like, oh shit, this is cool. But no, I can't think of anyone from there.
All right. We can go ahead and wrap this joint up. Everybody go ahead, leave your tags real quick. Alex, we'll start with you.
Oh, Alex, Big Alex, B1G, ALX, hit me up. Instagram, Twitter, I don't be talking about nothing.
All right, Nick.
I'll go next. Yeah, I'm Nick Neighbors. I'm a producer, hip hop producer. Operate my own store. You can check me out on BeatStars. You can check me out on YouTube. You see the link right there to my beats. 2 new beats every week. Beats for sale. Get at me.
And IG.
That's me on IG. Nick Neighbors Prod.
All right. And last but not least, you can follow me on IG and TikTok, A-Tone Productions, A_Tone_Productions. That's why I post all my hip hop content and podcast stuff. Follow me on Twitter, hip hop vibes, hip_hop_vibes. Follow me on Twitch, War Machine 1919. That's why I do my gaming stuff over there, and as well stream on the podcast. And follow us on YouTube, Hip Hop Vibes the podcast. It's like a Tribe Called Quest. You got to say the whole thing.
Like a pimp named Slickback. A Tribe Called Quest.
No. It's a pimp named Slickback. But yeah, follow.
Go ahead, my bad.
But yeah, subscribe to our YouTube page. Also listen to us on Spotify, Anchor, Audible, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Amazon Music. I feel like I'm missing some other places, but those are the main ones. And that's pretty much it. Anybody got any closing remarks?
They should have put Fabulous on the list, man.
I thought you were about to say Fat Joe.
Oh, nah.
Fat Joe.
I'm about to say, I'm going to need you to lean back with that one.
Good one. Fabulous. Yeah, they forgot about it.
I think Fat Joe ahead of Big Pun. No. Way ahead of Big Pun. No.
That's not cool. Didn't Fat Joe find Big Pun?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. but yeah, no.
Exactly. No. It's funny. Fat Joe always finds artists that are better than him. Like he even admitted that he finds artists that are better than him.
That's funny.
That's a good way to make money.
He found Remy Ma.
No, Big Pun found Remy Ma.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She was around back then.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Wow. Yeah, the only reason she didn't get put on that early because Pun was supposed to put her on, but Pun passed away, so that kind of got pushed back a little bit. And Fat Joe's kind of working like to get himself big first before he put everybody else on. No pun intended.
He said no pun intended too. That's a Jay-Z bar right there. That's a triple entendre, bro.
Don't even ask me how. Don't even ask me how.
Damn, AJ with the bars.
Top of the dome.
I'm putting AJ on my top 50. Fuck. What up there?
But nah, but if you don't have any closing remarks, with that being said,
go ahead,
Alex.
spit a hot 16. Go.
Nah,
I know you got one. I know you got one.
They gotta pay for that. They gotta pay for that.
All right.
But with that being said, your boy AJ,
your boy Nick,
Alex. This is Hip Hop Vibes, the podcast. We'll catch y'all next time. Later.
All right.